Hi everyone, and welcome to our video tutorial today where we're going to be taking an introductory look into our Newbook Enterprise platform. Our enterprise system is essentially designed for businesses who manage multiple properties. Now, this particular area of Newbook would allow your head office team to log into one central location and essentially run reports across their different businesses. In addition to this, you're able to set up any new staff members within the enterprise database and activate them at the properties that they work at. We also provide functionality which allows you to manage your rates and availability from the enterprise system. And lastly, for those of you who have this particular feature activated, it also allows you a central reservation system. So if you happen to have a call center, our central reservation system within the enterprise database will allow your staff to book any property across your portfolio from the one central location. To get started, let's take a look at how we're able to log into our enterprise system. In a Google Chrome browser, head to login.newbook.cloud. Once you're on the login page here, you'll need to enter your unique username, password, and your enterprise login code. You can then select the login button, and this will take us to our enterprise dashboard. This front desk dashboard is amazing as it does give us some really helpful information relating to our businesses. First of all, we can see a map which actually locates where all of our properties are situated. It is interactive in the sense that you can drag and drop this. You can also double click on a particular one and actually log in directly to that Newbook property management system for that specific property. We also have our Net Promoter Score, which is great if we're asking for survey feedback from our guests when they depart or stay at our properties. This information can feed directly into our enterprise system and will give you a great overall NPS result. Down at the bottom, we then have our enterprise snapshot information. Now, these are some helpful shortcuts based on some of the reporting information that we can pull regarding your properties. As an example, you can see my today's availability. It lists out my 4 properties that I have. It tells me how many sites or rooms are occupied today, how many are empty, and what my overall occupancy is at each one, and then overall. Our dashboard as well is interactive in the sense that you can add and remove certain items from here. So if you're wanting to remove the map or add something else on, simply click into the options button in the top right corner and select tab configuration. A pop-up window will appear. You can then configure the dashboard for your username only or all other enterprise users if you have access to do so. And then underneath, you have the ability to set what it is that you are wanting to configure. So you have tiles and then the snapshot information. So if I wanted to remove one of those tiles, such as my Net Promoter Score, I would simply minus that one off and then save. And you'll see that clearly removes from here. And I have also got access to change the sizes of some of these boxes by clicking on the arrow in each of the corners. If I'd like to add more information into my snapshot area below, I can then use my options, tab configuration. This time I'm going to click into the snapshot section where I can add in additional fields. Simply save the configuration and you'll see that that adds additional columns into this report for us. Separate to your front desk dashboard, we then have in the top right corner your user details. So if at any point you need to change your password or update your personal details, simply hover over your initials in the top right corner and select your user profile. It'll take you to a view of your user details, and then the top right corner, this is where we go to make any adjustments. So you'd simply edit enterprise user, and that's then going to make all of these fields available for you to adjust. If you are resetting your password, you'll need to enter it first here, and then over on the right, you'll also need to verify it one more time. Down the bottom, I would also like to point out your profile. Now, this is essentially what access you have within the enterprise system. So what reports are you going to be able to run? What features are you going to be able to access when you're logged in specifically to the enterprise system? We provide you with some default user profiles that you're able to use. However, you are able to create your own ones from scratch or customize as you need. The super profile is the one that will give you access to all enterprise features that you are licensed for. And also, if we happen to bring out any new feature, If you happen to be on this profile, it will automatically be enabled for your user. Once we've made our changes, we can then select Save in the top right, and that will update my enterprise user details. Now to get back to our front desk dashboard, our logo in the top left will always take you back to this screen. When it comes to searching for reports or features within Newbook, we then have our main menu search. Now that is located in the top left corner where those 3 lines are. Simply click on here and it will expand our menu options. You're able to click into this section and then type what it is that you're actually looking for. So if it is a specific report, simply type the name and it will filter down those options for you. Once you click onto here, it's then going to take you to that report where you're able to adjust the date range, the output, customize any settings, and then select which properties you would like to report on. If it's all of them, select all and run report. Once your report loads, you'll be able to scroll through and have a look at that information. If you would then like to PDF that, simply change the output and rerun the report in a printable format. Underneath our main menu search, we then have what we call our favorites bar. Now, if there is a particular report or feature that you're consistently accessing through the system, we do recommend that you pin it into the favorites bar. This can be done by selecting the Add Favorite plus sign at the bottom. It will then take you to our full favorites list or menu list of all Newbook features and reports. You can then use the search bar at the top to refine what you're looking for. Once you've found it, simply click on the star to the right and that will pin it onto that list for you. Now, the favorites bar is on every single page, so it's the quickest way to get to any feature within the system. If at any point throughout the system you do require additional assistance or are simply wanting to learn more about Newbook, we recommend that you click into the question mark icon in the top right corner of every page. This will expand to show our really helpful knowledge base, and generally what this will show is recommended articles pinned to the page that you're looking at, so it will give you helpful information on that area or feature. If it's something you find helpful, you can click into it. You'll be able to read it within the Newbook system. However, you can also click this helpful arrow to the right-hand side, which will allow you to view the article as a PDF. This is helpful because you can actually copy and paste this URL and provide it to other staff members or team members that might find this particular article helpful. Alternatively, you can also download it with the arrow on the right or print this off. If we head back, in addition to being able to print or export them, you can click on the love heart icon here and that will actually pin it to your own personal favorite section in your own internal knowledge base. So if we click on the favorites icon in the bottom right, you're then going to see any articles that you found helpful that you may want to refer to again in the future. It will also allow you to favorite any video tutorials that you find helpful throughout the system as well. To take a look at video tutorials, you can click on this icon. There is also a link here that will take you to the full list of every single video we have uploaded in the system. If you're wanting to register for any free upcoming webinars, you can also click into this section, register your details and select the webinar that's coming up, and we'll send you the Zoom details to attend. If you do require any additional support from our team, you can click on the More Help icon, and this will allow you to raise a support request email with our support team. It will pull through your user details. You can then state what it is that you would like additional assistance with, place a name in the subject section as to what it is you require assistance with, and within here, please place as much detailed information pertaining to the issue or query that you have. The screenshot section will actually allow you to take a screenshot of the screen that you're looking at currently in Newbook, and it will attach it to the support ticket so that we have that as additional information. Simply submit and that will get logged as a ticket to our entire support team, and somebody will reach out directly to you to discuss further, either via the phone or via an email response. If it is a business critical item, we always recommend that you call into our support team so that you can raise this as a high priority item to be investigated. As we've now touched on most of the basics when it comes to accessing your enterprise system and navigating around and also utilizing our knowledge base, I'd like to point out some key features which are really great to use and access within your enterprise system. The first being our scheduled reports. So if there is a report that you're consistently running within your enterprise system, you can automate this. Simply head to your main menu search and click on Scheduled Reports. For any that have already been set up or configured to be automated, they will be listed here. If you would like to add yourself to an existing one, you can click onto one, edit the scheduled report, and at the bottom, you're able to add yourself within the address book. In order to be able to do this, you must be a user set up in the enterprise system. You can then search your email address and then add yourself as a recipient. Once you close that, you'll see your name added, and then you simply save to update. If you're wanting to create a new report to schedule, simply select the Add Scheduled Report icon in the top right. You'll then be able to utilize the search option to locate the report that you're after. Click into the report, and then it's important to fill in each of these various sections below to ensure that you're receiving it in the correct format and that it also has the correct reporting settings by clicking into these blue boxes here. And as I mentioned below as well, entering the reporting period. So if it's previous information, current data, or future information, and then how you would actually like to send it and when you want to start sending it from. And lastly, again, adding the address book at the bottom for all of the recipients you'd like to attach. Separate to scheduled reports, if you do have a new staff member that you've employed at one of your properties and you'd like to create them as a user for that specific property, you're able to do that within your enterprise system. This can be done by heading into your main menu search in the top left and typing in users and locating instance users. When you get to this page, you'll then be able to specify within here the list of properties that you have. You need to select one first, so ideally the one that they will be working at, and select search. This will then pull a list of existing users that have been created already at that property. And to add a new one, you simply go Add Instance User in the top right. This is where you'll configure what their username will be, what their temporary password will be to log into the system. You'll need to enter their email and cell phone number to ensure they are able to reset their password themselves if they forget it. We also recommend that you enter that they require a password change after they log in for the first time. If we move down the page here, you'll also see where it lists out the property that I'm gaining this particular person access to. Please note, if you do have shared users within your enterprise system, you will see a list of all of the other properties underneath this section. So you can quickly and easily enable this one user across multiple properties in one go. Lastly, the most integral part of a user is setting the user profile that they're going to fall within. So this is essentially what will control what they're able to do within the specific property that they work at. So there will be a list of pre-configured user profiles, each gaining them access to certain things and hiding various things that they do not require access to. Once you've set that, you can then save, and that user will now have access to log into that specific property once you provide them with their details. If at any point you need to remove access or deactivate a user at one of the properties or multiple, you can do so by heading back to Instance Users, search for the property you wish to deactivate them from, and simply tick on the user and update the details below. This will then allow you to change it from active to no and confirm, and that will then remove access for that user. Separate to having a new staff member that's starting at a specific property, if you also employ a new team member that is working at head office and is going to require access to your enterprise system, they will need to be set up by someone within the enterprise system. This is a very similar process. You simply head into your menu search, locate enterprise users. Once you're on this screen, all you'll need to do is select Add Enterprise User in the top right. Select their username and fill in all other credentials. Ensure you set a profile for them as well based on what they can access when they're specifically logged into the enterprise system, and then save. They will then be able to log into your enterprise database. Lastly, I'd like to quickly recap how we're able to run a report within our enterprise system. So utilizing our main menu search in the top left, we're going to search for the name of the report we're after. Today I'll use our booking staying report. Once the report loads, you'll then have your date options on the left and the output on the right. I'm going to run the report for the quarter, And over on the right, I'm also going to point out that most reports generally have an easy and an advanced option. If you are wanting to see if there are other ways in which you can group or view this report, you can click into the Advanced button and it will display additional filter options. However, if there's nothing that you need to adjust, you simply need to click into the Instance section, and this allows you to specify which properties you would like to report on. I'm going to select all today on the right, and then I'm simply going to run the report. You'll then see that it reloads on screen. It shows a graph at the top. In this particular scenario, it's showing the different properties on the left and total bookings that I've received, how much revenue I'm projected to bring in, and what my average is per booking. For anyone who is going to be running multiple reports each day in different date range brackets, you also have a helpful shortcut on each report in the top right called Saved View. Now, if this is a view that you're going to be frequently accessing, you're able to pre-save this so that every time you come in here, you can simply click onto the shortcut and it will load the settings of the report based on your specifications. So I can actually select that I would like to save my current view settings, and then I can store it with its own name, such as my quarter property bookings. Once I save, it will then reload the page stating the new saved view name that we've just created. Again, each time I come into this report, if I want to load those settings, I would simply come into here and now select the saved view that I've pre-configured. You're able to create as many as you like, and you can also edit them if you need to make any adjustments within this section. That does bring us to the end of our video tutorial today on our enterprise overview. If you do have any further queries or would like some additional assistance, remember to click into the question mark icon on the top right corner of each page you visit. This will then expand to show our knowledge base and any recommended articles for additional assistance and support on this feature.